Hello students, in the previous video we learnt about ratio. So now we know ratio is nothing but comparison of two entities which have the same unit of measurement. What does it really mean in real world? In real world we keep comparing. Sometimes we can compare our height with that of our friends. That is a ratio. Then we try to compare the mileage of our car with our neighbor's car or our friend's car. That is also a ratio, efficiency. Or sometimes we measure how much, sorry to say, but weight. We compare our weights with our friends. That also is a ratio. So now we know ratio is actually nothing but a pure number. It does not have, by pure number I mean it does not have any unit of measurement of its own. So just a brief recap, ratio is a pure number. Pure number. By pure number what do I mean? उसका अपना खुद का कोई यूनिट ऑफ मेजरमेंट नहीं होता. And ratio is always comparison between two similar quantities, right? Like I can compare the length of a rectangular park to the breadth of that park, and that could be a ratio. But I cannot go and compare volume of water in a lake with the length of a park. That is not what will give me a ratio. Ratio should always be in similar unit of measurement. That we learnt. Now ratio is a pure number. That's what we also learnt. Now there are always two entities involved in a ratio. So one is suppose A. The other, we put is to symbol. Then the other is B. This A is called antecedent. पहले वाले को क्या कहते हैं? पहले टर्म को कहते हैं हम एंटीसीडेंट. एंटीसीडेंट. Just for learning, because these kind of questions come in Olympiad. Like what will be the first term called? First term is called antecedent. What is the second term called? Second term is called consequent. Consequent. So this अगर याद रखने में मुश्किल हो, we know एक ट्रिक बताती हूँ. A is the first alphabet, right? So first term is called A for antecedent. A antecedent first term जो रहता है रेशियो में. Second term is consequent जो consequence में है. So A is to B is the ratio. This is how also we read this. All right. Now we will move to proportion and understand what is proportion. Proportion is nothing different, very different from what ratio is. It is a relation with ratio. Now let's understand what proportion is. Proportion बाद में we will understand. Let's take an example. Suppose we are going on a picnic. Okay, my class, entire class is going on a picnic. A date has been decided. Tomorrow we are going for that. Me and my best friend, we decide that we will take some pocket money from our fathers. We'll ask for it. तो मेरे पापा ने मुझे जब मैंने मांगा, suppose he gave me ₹200, okay? और मेरे फ्रेंड के पापा ने उसे ₹100 दिए. So we go in picnics, we buy, right? We buy chips, crackers, ये वो हज़ारों चीज़ें हमें उस वक्त चाहिए होती है. So my papa gave me ₹200. My friend's papa gave her ₹100. So ratio कितना बना? 2:1. कंपेयर करते हैं. How much pocket money we both pocketed? 2:1 रेशियो में मुझे अगर ₹2 मिले हैं, मेरे दोस्त को ₹1 मिला है. ऐसे कंपेयर करने से रेशियो ये बना. Now let's see, there could be two best friends. 2 और बेस्ट फ्रेंड्स हो सकते हैं जिन्होंने भी वही डिसाइड किया हो कि हम अपने पापा से कुछ पैसे पॉकेट मनी मांग के लेके जाएंगे पिकनिक के लिए. तो मे बी द फर्स्ट फ्रेंड गॉट ₹300. ज़्यादा लाड करते हैं उसकी मम्मी ने उन्हें ज़्यादा पैसे दे दिए, ₹300 दे दिए. और दूसरे वाले दोस्त को मिला उसके पापा से ₹150. 150 इरेज करके रखती हूँ. 150 rupees. ठीक है. Now if we remove the factors, common factors, तो कितना होगा? 15 ones are 15, 15 twos are 30. ये भी 2:1 है, right? So even if we two sets of best friends, we got different amount from our parents, but the ratio that we finally, our pocket money ratio is the same. Okay, money might be different, quantity might be different what we got from our parents, but finally the ratio in which we got the money from our parents is just the same. So what is proportion? If two ratios are equal, like in this case, one set of best friends got in the ratio 2:1, the other set of best friends also got money from their parents in the ratio 2:1. So if two ratios are equal, then they are said to be in proportion. Now these two ratios, we can say that our pocket money ratio with our best friends pocket money ratio, with the other two best friends at pocket money ratio is the same. So we are in proportion, our pocket money is in proportion. All right. Now continuing with the same example, we will learn how to write the proportion. Okay. So see, I had got 200, my friend had got 100. So 200 is to 100. Yeah, this one. Either we write this one, we read it as is as, or in some cases equal to is even given to show that the two ratios are same. Sometimes equal to, or sometimes two colon marks are given. So we read it as 200 is to 100 is as 300 is to 50, or 200 is to 100 equal to 300 is to 50. This is how we write these two ratios. We compare. This entire thing is a proportion now. All right. So now we will understand what these two outside numbers are called. These two outside numbers are called extremes. These are called extremes because they are outside. So very easy to remember. ये बाहर के नंबर्स को हम लोग कहते हैं एक्सट्रीम, और बीच में जो नंबर रह गए इनको कहते हैं क्या? मीन्स. इनको कहते हैं मीन्स. All right. So now we will understand what is the relationship between extreme and means. There is a relationship in this proportion. So we'll learn what is the relationship between extreme and means. So four numbers in proportion. Suppose these four numbers are in proportion. Then how do we read it? We first write it in mathematical terms. We write the proportion like this. And उसे कैसे पढ़ते हैं? A is to B as, these two colon marks is read as C is to D. Again I am saying A is to B as C is to D. Why do we read like this? Because these two ratios are equal. So they are in proportion. So we read it like this. And what do we call those two outside terms? A and D. A and D we call them extreme terms, or simply extremes. Or simply we call them extremes. A and D. And what about B and C? B and C जो बीच में है, we call them mean terms, or we simply call them means. Okay? So A and D हो गए extremes, B और C जो middle terms है वो हो गए means. So middle से याद रख सकते हैं, B और C middle terms है तो उन्हें हम means बुलाते हैं, और जो बाहर रहते हैं obviously उनको extremes कहते हैं. Now there is a relationship between this extreme and means. What is the relation? Product of means means product of B and C. Product मतलब multiply B into C is equal to product of extremes. Product of extremes. What are the extremes? A and D. So product means A into D. So we'll do some examples or some problems based on this particular equation. Product of means is equal to product of extremes. All right. Now let's further go into this. Product of means is equal to the product of extremes. मतलब अगर our proportion is A is to B is as C is to D, then I can write A into D, product of extremes, is equal to product of means, right? Now we will see, we'll take an example and see how these two can be equal. Let's say the numbers are 4, 6, 8, 12. Okay. Now we will first multiply the extremes. So what are the extremes? 4 into 12. 4 into 12 कितना हुआ? 4 2s are 8, 4 1s are 4, 48. Now what are the extremes? Means. Multiplication will multiply the means. 6 into 8, we know it is 48. So here we can, by this method we can confirm that these two ratios are in proportion, because the product of means became equal to product of extremes. Product of means became equal to product of extremes, right? So we will do some more problems. So I have taken one example to what is written, verify the following. The number is 60 is to 105 is equal to 84 is to 107. We have to confirm whether these two ratios are in proportion. So पहले हम पहले वाला रेशियो देखते हैं, 60 by 105. What are the common factors in them? We will remove them, simplify the ratio. So first is 5 clearly visible, 5 2s are 10, 5 1s are 5, 5 1s are 5, 5 2s are 10, right? Then what is common? Obviously I can see this 3 7s are 21, 3 4s are 12. So this left side became, after simplification, ये ratio बन गया 4 by 7. या तो फिर I can write it like 4 is to 7, right? Now we'll see the right hand side. If this becomes 4 is to 7, then this is a proportion, right? So let's write 84 by 147, okay, like this, so that we can cancel out the common factors. Now what are the common factors? I can see there is a 7 here, 7 2s are 14, 7 1s are 7, 7 1s are 7, 7 2s are 14. Again I can see 3 is there, 3 7s are 14, 3 4s are 12. So this became 4 by 7 or 4 is to 7. So the left hand side became same, equal to the right hand side. So I can safely say these two ratios are in proportion, right? So we'll take one more example. This is a different kind of question. What is the question? 51 is to 85 is as 57 is to x. Here we need to find the value of x. Okay. So it is told, it is given to us that this is in proportion, but one of the terms, that is one of the extreme terms, is missing. Now we know product of means equal to product of extremes. So we'll use that formula to find out the x here. Let's first write down what is the product of means. Product of means here. What is it? 85 into 57. ये दो नंबर बीच में है ना. So this is product of means. 85 into 57 we learnt. बीच में जो नंबर्स है वो means होते हैं. नो एक्सट्रीम्स क्या है? एक 51 है, एक x है. So I write down product of extremes. क्या है? 51 into x. 51 into x को मैं 51x जैसे भी लिख सकती हूँ, right? So now I have to equate these two, because according to proportion formula, product of means is always equal to product of extremes. So here I write 51x equal to 85 into 57, right? Now we will further simplify this. We will take this 51 to this side. इधर मल्टीप्लीकेशन में है, दूसरे साइड में जाएगा तो क्या होगा? डिवीजन हो जाएगा. I keep x in this left hand side and I take 51 to the other side. 85 into 57 divided by 51. Now you can see back to the problem. Here 17 3s are 51, right? And then 17 5s are 85. So I remove the 17 common factor. Now here I can see 3 here. Here also there is 3. 3 ones are 3. Then this becomes 19. Right? 3 ones are 3. Then 3 nines are 27. 19. So finally x is equal to how much? 5 into 19. Right? So what does it become finally? 5 nines are 45. I have 95. So finally we get x equal to 95. So this is also one kind of question where we need to use product of means equal to product of extremes. Alright. Now we will understand the concept of 3 numbers in proportion. Suppose there are 3 numbers. What are those 3 numbers? Say those 3 numbers are A, B, C. Now if these 3 are in proportion, then how will we write? Mathematically हम कैसे लिखेंगे? A is to B as B is to C, right? B becomes the means because here there are not four numbers. We have only 3 numbers A, B, C. So B becomes the means in this case, in this proportion. Okay, so you have to remember A, B, C, if they are in proportion, you write A is to B as B is to C. This is the proportion. Now we know product of means equal to product of extremes. So this implies product of means कितना होगा? B into B. B into B is equal to A into C, product of extremes, which implies B square. B square we will learn. Why B into B becomes B square we will learn when we will go to algebra. Just for now you understand that when there are 2 same terms multiplied, then it becomes square of that number. So B squared equal to AC. This is a formula for 3 numbers in proportion. Okay. So now we will take 3 numbers and see how B square is equal to AC. Right. Let's take, let the 3 numbers be 4, 6, 9. Now मेरा proportion क्या हो जाएगा? Proportion will become 4 is to 6 as 6 is to 9. This will become my proportion, right? Now what will be my product of means? 6 into 6. What will be my product of extremes? 4 into 9. So 6 into 6 becomes 36 and 4 into 9 becomes 36. So this is how we can see here 3 numbers. We established that these 3 numbers are in proportion because the product of means became equal to product of extremes. For any queries or doubts related with ratio and proportion, please let me know in the comment section. Please do like, share and subscribe to my channel. My name is Amrita Satpathy and my channel's name is Srisiddhi Academics. Kindly subscribe and share with your friends. Thank you.